Hello, good evening, and welcome to After Closing Time. Tonight, death. What is it? Do we need it? Can we live without it? Perhaps, Irene, your thoughts?
Yes, well, I think I'd start by saying that death is it's a very personal thing.
Yes, especially if you're the person who's dying. It's very personal indeed, then.
Yes, but it can be very difficult, can't it, if somebody dies who's very, very close to you.
I couldn't agree with you more. What do you do? Do you catch them or step out of the way and just let them sort of flop onto the floor?
Yeah. Yes, it is a rather a problem. I mean, only recently I visited my old mother at her little country cottage, and she...
Well, get on with it. Spit it out, woman.
She died. I'm terribly sorry.
God, I am sorry. How awful.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Would you like to talk about something else?
No, really, it's part of the healing process, you know.
Oh, to let it out.
Ventilation.
Yes, that's very wise.
I'm so sorry, do carry on.
Right.
Of course, the question for medical science regarding death...
I'm terribly sorry. Please, carry on.
The question for medical science regarding...
What?
Death, he's saying, death.
Oh, dear, this is awful. I'm so terribly sorry.
No, that's all right. I think it's right to bring it out, because the question for medical science regarding...
Death
is how do you determine death? What is the exact point of death?
Well, I've given this quite a lot of thought, personally, and I think the point of death surely is to stop cluttering up the world with old people.
Could somebody call me a taxi, please? You know, actually, funny, Irene, you talk about, because it reminds me of when my uncle died, and he was all sort of laid out in the front room there.
And what did he die of?
Oh, natural causes. He was in a car crash.
Yes, I mean, but that doesn't sound very natural to me.
Well, it is if you drive like he did. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that when he was lying there, do you know what I mean? He actually looked healthier than when he was alive.
Really?
Right. Yeah, he did.
Well, that'll probably be the embalming fluid.
Yes, I don't know why he drank so much of that stuff. I really don't. But the thing I remember, I was a little babe in arms. They held me up to the corpse and made me kiss it on the lips.
On the lips?
Right, yeah.
Well, that could have a terribly, I would have thought, damaging psychological effect on a small child.
In a manner of speaking, it has, because from that day to this, I've never really enjoyed kissing dead bodies.
Well, of course, it's a well-known fact, isn't it, that men have more difficulty in accepting death than women.
Well, I don't know. You know.
Yes, in the hospice for diseased lesbians.
Oh, dear.
Please, come on.
In the hospice for diseased lesbians, where I do a great deal of work,
indeed.
I'm often struck by the difficulty men have with accepting death.
Do they?
Really, yes, they whinge about and they absolutely groan about the inevitable.
Yeah, but it's hardly surprising if they've been sent to a hospice for diseased lesbians.
Really, Mr. Hospital, this is to me a very important question. If one had a very, very short time to live, would you want to know?
Well, I think you'd find out eventually.
But I mean, would you then choose to take your own life?
Well, dear, you see, I think I would, yes.
Would you?
Oh, yes.
How would you do it?
Poison, I reckon.
Poison?
Yeah, I think I'd put something in my sandwiches, make it a suicide-packed lunch.
Nothing, really.
Please.
I'm just trying to raise the atmosphere. It's like a bloody morgue in here.
No, please, if you don't mind. Now, there is a society, of course, these days, which helps people to die.
Yeah, it's called the NHS, isn't it?
It's called Exit.
Exit? Oh, yes. Yes, they meet in my local cinema, I think.
Has that cab arrived yet or not?
But there is no doubt that whatever the conditions, life is very sweet. I remember when I was up country in northern Rhodesia, and I came face to face with a sweepo gorilla.
Good Lord.
Good Lord,
A huge lunk of a man, and his gun was cocked, and he stuck it right against my head, and he pulled the trigger.
Did you survive?
Yes, I did, because his gun was jammed. But I realized at that moment there is nothing so precious in this universe as that force which beats within each and every one of us,
Yes.
which we call life.
So what did you do?
I shot the bastard.